Okay. I was scrolling down my YouTube browser and I saw this. And before I even read the story, I just look at her. I just as I scroll down, I see somebody, which is this person who just look like a young person. I'm not sure exactly how young, but it's, nothing that would nothing. I mean, meaning this person with no interest. But I read the title, right? And I read the title of the DR underage sex thing going on, also sex workers in the DR, and immediately I get some kind of torment because they try to mess with me. It's like, first of all, they try to make me think that I should recognize her age. I don't know if this person is underage or not. Maybe I think she's underage, or maybe is a story of her when she was an underage and she was a sex worker. I'm not sure. She look, like late teen, young adult, like maybe late teen or so, but also can pass for some young adult. But this is a person who honestly does not interest me, even if she was an adult. It's not somebody I'll look at, but I'm interested in her. She doesn't, not to say there's not anything wrong with her, but she will not do anything to me. But it became an issue because I did not recognize that it's potentially a kid. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if it's the story of her when she was an underage or she's currently an underage as a sex worker. Either way is a sad story, but either way, that will not faze me, right? I even try to cover up the screen and try to listen to the documentary, and I saw a lower part of the foot of somebody, and they'll start stimulating me. And I was like, that's crazy. They're like the lower part. They start stimulating me. I start getting stimulations. That will never. I will never look at the lower part of somebody's foot and start being stimulated. The probably reason why they're forcing me to get stimulation is perhaps this lower part of this foot is somebody's who's underage. I cannot tell you who it is. They're trying to make me imagine the rest. Can you imagine just seeing I'm talking about the part between 3 inch higher than the ankle to the foot, and I'm getting forced to get stimulations? Gosh, if I would have seen this person it would be crazy. And it was so sad too at the same time because I heard some of the story. Now here this guy saying that he saw there was a 14-year-old kid as in a sex worker. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pathetic. But this is the reality of the world. That this is a real world. This is what's really happening. There are people, predators, who go and pick up kids, 14-year-old sex workers. This is real. Going for some kids. Going to countries like that for kids. And so for me, because I've, of course, had interest to go to the DR. And of course, women there, real women, they're known for having beautiful women in the DR. Actual women, not these little kids. And so they're like, oh, you see, you want to go to the DR because this nastiness, this is disgusting shit. Everybody knows that the Dominican Republic do have beautiful women. Actual women, not kids, not babies. And this is disturbing because they try to redesign reality. Because in my head now, I was like, oh, you see, that's why you want to go to the DR. I was like, oh, this nasty, this weak, this disgusting things. What the hell? When there's beautiful Hispanic women there, and this reminds me kind of, but they recreate reality. Recreate reality. Now in my head, they try to first of all, they try to tell me, oh, you see how you looked at it. And matter of fact, they actually even try to give me stimulation toward this person who either is a teenage kid or somebody who was a sex worker when she was a kid. Now giving me stimulation because most likely is a kid and they want me to get stimulation. I don't even want to figure that out. I don't want to go to that watch this documentary because if they force me to get stimulated on 3 inch of somebody's foot. Oh, Jesus. It's just nasty. It is. They just create stories. It's no longer reality. And reality is there. This is the real world. Matter of fact, this reality is not far from them, huh? You know, these agencies running this program. There's a problem with pedophilia, big time. Downloading child porn and all that. For me, day in and day out, try to force me to get stimulation to the point where even 3 inch of a foot of somebody, because the potential of that being a child is high, they stimulate me. And then want me to subscribe to this shit, which you heard me just be forced to say to subscribe to me. Force me to subscribe to these things. And hearing a childlike individual tell me, no, they are, this is true. Try to agitate me into that. But the reality is these people work in governmental entities with problem people like that, traveling outside of the country and coming back with child porn on the computers. This is real stories. Go on the BuzzFeed article, you'll see that. DOD, DARPA, subscribing to child porn and things like that. With me, they just bring that up, and I'm sure this did not accidentally came onto my page. Matter of fact, when I was trying to listen to the whole story, I accidentally hit and it opened up. I was like, oh gosh, I better delete that because they're gonna bring more stuff like that. They're gonna try to have that coming in my browser more. So I'm gonna delete this and make sure that. But they're gonna do this. It came like this. I don't know why. Actually, truth is, if I was me, if it was normal, I would watch this documentary with no problem. This is sad. It's a sad story. I would watch these things. But now I know better, and I don't even want to have that on my browser because they're gonna mess with me. They're gonna disturb me. And in my head now, they try to make me think, when you think of Dominican people, especially female, that I would be interested in, they're going to try to make me imagine these kids. When, with all due respect, I'm not here to be sexually, objectifying people. But honestly, if you think about Dominican women, you don't think about kids. You think about full-grown women with curves. Real, not this little nothing like that. And I'm sorry, I'm not insulting these stories. It's sad. This is a reality of what's happening in these places. But they are trying to paint me in this nature. So, and today I see this little nothing. Try to walk in front of me, try to get seen, and just disturbing little nothings. And try to make me subscribe to these things. Well, in reality, this is free. And I'm sure when I go outside of the streets here in New York, these pedophiles here probably try to pick them up. Well, for me, just continuously try to manipulate my perceptions, forcing me to look at this kid in a sexual way. Go to my videos, search for teenager. You'll see these little kids. I took pictures of these kids because they know I can be manipulated to experience my perception in different ways. They want to be seen. People renowned for doing this pedophilia type of torture, manipulating people to get experiences that are sexual towards children. So for me, it's just making sure that I don't lose reality. And understand that these people want to paint reality in different fashion. But the reality, they work in this world. The entities that contract this low life actually have problems of that nature that they try to project onto us. So they live in a fictional world where they project reality and they escape from reality, which is projected onto us. Trash.